Hello everyone. Welcome to Thursday tutorial, week 12. We've been working really hard on these tutorials. So this is a live event. If you're watching it after the show, you can check on the chat screen to see who I'm talking to or questions that were asked and answered. And we will be here for the next hour. Hi, Kathy and Christy and Doris. I need one more light on, don't I? There we go. Welcome, guys. So tonight we're going to discuss dirty ribbons, how to layer colors to create depth, and how to tilt to get the best effects. Because sometimes you don't need to tilt off as much as you think you do, or you need to tilt off areas that you should keep. So this is just an example of depth that I created. Your high got halved. That's funny, Monica. Alright. Give a few more minutes for all of our class to get here. I appreciate all of you that are coming on Thursdays. It means the world to me. Hi, Sheena and Deidre and Linda, Catherine. Wow, we have lots of people here tonight. Yay. I have to be done at 9 because I have to go pack, so gotta get my button gear and be ready to go tomorrow morning. We're gonna go get our baby and we'll introduce him next week. If I can get some cute videos up there, I may post them on the channel. But it's supposed to snow, so I don't think we'll be outside too much. Hi, Moose. And hello to everyone that I may have missed. Okay. When you're doing dirty ribbon pours, and I know a lot of you like to just go to your paint wall or paint cupboards and just pick a ton of colors. So the best way to achieve a painting that you will love is when we're going to go back to that 4 in a row, side by side. So like with this painting, you can see that I have the reds, the orange, the yellows, but I threw in the black, and I threw a darker red in there too for contrast. But that's what gives you the depth that you can almost see down into on parts of this painting, and that's what we're trying to achieve when we do a dirty ribbon pour. We don't want anything that's kind of monochromatic. We want something that cuts itself off from each other area. So now, like for instance, this painting, I kind of did a blend of all different types of colors, but I still got my depth in there when I put my darker colors in. It separates the movement in the painting and creates a whole nother design. So always refer to your color wheel, because you can do your greens and blues, your purples and reds, and then sometimes you can throw in one of your complementary colors as long as you separate it and lock it in. And that's what we're going to learn tonight. Another example, this is an older painting. I'm going to resin this one, I think, because it will make it pop even more. And this has a lot of chestnut bronze in it. But that is my highlight to create the depth with the darker color. What I go for a lot of times is a 3D effect, but I don't always achieve it, but I try hard. And then Monday night, we did the big one. She's dry. And this was my dirty ribbon pour. So it dried beautiful. The copper and the chestnut bronze are there. You can see them here. But a lot of it opened up and I got a lot of cute little cells that trail in the colors. This will be really pretty when it's all shiny. Alright, so I got those out of the way. Let me move these and we'll talk about some colors. Alright, so for example, I love Moody Blue. It's nice and dark. I'm going to bring you back down just a little bit. This I already know is going to be the darkest color on my canvas unless I use black. There's no reason to use black when you're using a blue this dark. All you're going to do is get a really dark painting that you don't like. To highlight this Moody Blue, to keep in the same color family, but yet actually use a different color, we could throw in Shelley's Masquerade. And we can throw in the Sleeping Beauty turquoise. And then to make these three colors pop, we could throw in Juniper. Then we can add a gold. I wouldn't do silver with these because the Juniper does pull a little gold. I would use gold or champagne. And maybe a white. So I'm going to be doing lots of little pours tonight so you can see how colors react with each other to see how you can get some really cool depth effects. So we're going to be working on some little 8x8s. I'm not going to prep them or anything. I'm just going to maybe put some pins in them. Maybe. I'm not feeling it. Oh, I should show you the other painting from Monday real quick. Because I have to move it. So this was the drip cup one. So pretty. This one will get resined for sure. But look at those lines. And those feathers. Very, very pretty. Okay. Any questions before I start? Oops, besides being all out of whack here. Oh. Every time I give you guys a close-up, this happens, doesn't it? I gotta force it to focus. Come on, it's trying. Touchy, isn't it? right. So let's layer 2 cups and we'll do this painting. I need to put some pins in it or it's going to be a mess. A hot mess. I'm not even packed yet, guys. I got lots and lots to do tonight. And my mother told me today we're coming up to snow. So, yay for that. I already told Mr. that I can put my clothes in a grocery bag so I only need 2 days worth of clothes. And all I think about is the show Everybody Loves Raymond when he said his suitcase was a grocery bag. That's all I think of every time I say that to him. Alright. Got these shook up. Now remember, all these paints have silicone. I might do one without just to show you the difference. And actually we could, I don't think I have this without silicone. But we can try a different mix. Okay, I don't want to end with the Moody Blue because that would be my first color out. Because I always go backwards, remember? Alright, so let's have Juniper be our last color out. Because this canvas is small, I don't want to do big layers. We want nice light little layers. We'll follow that with Shelley's. Then we'll put some gold. The old standby. Some Sleeping Beauty turquoise. Some Moody Blue. Do you see how I'm putting it on one side of the cup too? That gives me a little more control of color, because if you just dump it in, your colors are going to all be blended, and that's more for a flip cup than for this. So I'm going to go back with the blue, or the gold, I'm sorry. I'm going to skip the turquoise. We'll use that after the juniper. We'll mix it up just a little bit. So I know I have enough paint for this canvas, so I'm going to stop here. But what we might have to do is add some more color, because if we like the way that we come out, we don't want to disturb it and pour it off. We want to keep it. Let me bring you down. I want you guys to see this up close. Okay, so we're going to pinch our cup on the side that this is facing, because if we do it from the side, we'll get more striations. Okay, so let's do one this way and we'll do one the other way to cross over. I always start up here in the corner, so I have more control over my color. Because this canvas is small, I can do my loops earlier. Instead of taking it all the way out towards the corners, we can loop it in the middle. So on this one, we'll try it from the side. I gotta go on this side. My seam is there. And you don't want to push your color, because if you push your color, all you're doing is burying it. So we want to pull our color. So I kept that juniper on that one side, so we'll have something to draw the eye, but yes, we have the depth here. So I'm gonna let that set for a minute. I'm gonna throw some gloves on. You can tilt that one out. The cups are beautiful on the inside, of course. Always. Now, here you can torch now, or you can torch after, or you can torch both times. I'm torching both times. The air bubbles will give me some interest, like here. So that tells me where I might be able to tilt to and tilt from. I have one open spot there. I love when you get a pucker. It gives you a whole different look in a dirty ribbon pour. So I'm going to try to get that pucker together and see how it gave me like a little flower right here. So I love this corner here. So I want to try to keep that. So what I'm going to do is come this way first, because I have this big open spot here. You can get a skewer and you can play, but don't overdo it, because when you tilt, you're going to end up losing most of it anyways. And with a dirty ribbon pour, I always bring my paint back to the middle. There's just no easier way to keep your design. See how I keep this here? So I'm going to come here now. And when I bring it back to the middle, look where that blue spot is. Same place. Let's take that corner off. And we'll bring it back to the middle. And I already want to, right now I'm saying to myself, I need to torch this. I need to torch this spot to see what's there, because I'm not liking all that blue there. So if this comes out really good, I'm going to take half of that off. At least try to. Because I have nothing coming up through that blue, which surprises me, because the Moody blue is pretty dense. I'm surprised it didn't sink more. But I'm liking this now. I just want to come this way a little bit with it. And I'm rocking that paint to that corner just to take that one blue strand off. And now I'm bringing it back to about here, and then I'm going to go this way. And you'll see, if you can see it here, watch here, that's where that paint is moving. That's you controlling your paint, and not your paint controlling you. I like it better that way, so I'm going to go just a little bit that way. Now let's torch that there. We should get some cells pop up through the edge. Get you back in the middle here. I love how this opened up when we tilted it. So I'm getting some gold coming up through that blue, but not a lot. But that may change as it settles and dries, because I can see some cells trying to come, or bubbles trying to come up. And there is some gold underneath there. So this is going to be gorgeous when it's dry, because this is going to be so shiny. It's going to look totally different. So I'm going to wipe its bottom. Touch my corners real quick. Got one little spot here. Okay, so I'm going to send her to the drying rack. So it came out pretty cool. I'm going to torch it one more time because I'm still seeing bubbles. Right there. Right there. I just don't want to go away. So I push them down to the canvas to break that tension, and usually they'll pop. Sometimes you get some stubborn ones that don't want to pop. All right. Alright, so let's take the same colors. Let's layer it differently. I would use the same cups, but then we run into a problem. So I'll let you enjoy the beautiful skins there. I put some pins in this canvas. Any questions? Please put them in caps so I can notice them, if at all possible. Or you can also tag me so I show up orange on the screen. Okay. Do I see anything I want to pull for a cab? Yes, I do. It's a pretty little spot right here. This is pretty too, but it's the juniper. It'll be too light for me. All right. So now we're going to start with the Moody Blue. I'm going to turn my seams. We're just going to mix up the order a little bit. We'll go with Shelley's Masquerade next. A dark on dark may give us more depth. Let's go to Juniper next. And then the gold. We don't want it next to the Moody Blue. Sleeping Beauty. Finish that one. Go back to the Moody Blue. And Shelley's. And the Juniper. I'm only going to use that one layer of gold this time. Same colors, different order, different quantities. Thank you, Susan. I appreciate you. You're awesome. And I missed one, and I believe that's Kathy's. Let me double check. Thank you, Kathy Carr. I appreciate you too. You guys are awesome. All right, let's try it. When you get a spot like this and you know you're not going to have anything with it, you can take that little last line of paint coming out of your cup and just go over it. On your next cup, don't go in the same area because you're going to have the same thing. Thank you, Deidre. Thank you so much, honey. I appreciate you. I'm just praying I don't run into snow. Look how pretty this is. That Moody Blue next to the Masquerade is really pretty. Thank you, Sheena. I appreciate you guys. You guys are all awesome tonight. Well, you're awesome all the time. I just don't tell you as often, do I? I'm like that bad husband, aren't I? Hey, baby, I appreciate you. Does that sound better? Look at the Moody Blue, how it showed up this time. So now our lighter colors are going to be down and our blue is going to be on top. Not sure about that gold there or there because it's next to the Juniper. It'll be fine when it's dry, but when it's wet it looks kind of funky, so it'll throw you off completely. Alright, let's tilt this one out. Oh, this is so pretty right here. So we're going to get rid of that corner first because there's nothing going on there. It doesn't want to play with us tonight. Now I'm going to come here. My paint's in the middle. So when I do that, I do a quick pour off and pull right back to the middle. Then you can turn your canvas. You want to have the same control for every corner. Boy, I really don't want to lose too much of that. So when that happens, I take my fingers right down to this corner. Now, if it was a big canvas, I would say cuppy hands, and that's what we do when we cuppy hand. I can probably do it just to show you. This was a little thing we had going with Allie Mac with cuppy hands. Use your cuppy hands to catch your paint. I miss her. No, you guys miss her. My regular Monday peoples. Alright, let's go here. There's so many people that don't watch YouTube anymore that used to be with us on Monday nights. But I see them on Instagram every once in a while. I always say hello to them. Alright, let's get this edge. Our paint's coming straight down. Now, I don't like that big pile of gold there. So I'm going to move my paint to the right and down. And I'm going to take 2/3 of it off. We'll leave a little bit, because it does have more juniper than gold. But look how different using the same colors, just layering them different in the cup. In my hand, it's so pretty. Alright, let me torch. Let's see if something's going to come there, because I see something under there. I really love that Shelley's Masquerade next to that Moody Blue, because the juniper touched it too. It gave me almost a different blue. I got one little spot here that I really want to go over on its own and not with me pushing it, so hang tight. Let me get this spot, and then we'll bring it all back. Alright, there we go. And that opened that up just a smidge more. I'm not minding this band of Sleeping Beauty here. I think that'll be pretty when it's dry. Don't say new color, Shelley. I'm already struggling. I'm trying to find new colors for the line, and I don't know. I'm so confused. I don't know which direction to go. I have the most beautiful color coming out for the beach retreat. I don't really want it to be a line that goes together. I want to come out with some new separate colors, but the struggle is real. Alright, so let's move this one to the rack. Then we'll clean this up, and we're going to try... Ooh, look at all that beautiful stuff back there. We'll try one without silicone. I know a lot of you hate silicone, and you don't want to use it. So by using a metallic, sometimes you can create natural cells, and sometimes you can't, but we're going to try. We're going to try to force it. I have a lot of paint mixing to do when I get home. All my bottles are getting empty. Yes, we do need another blue, don't we? I could go for a new blue. I didn't realize how many greens we had until we did the St. Patrick's Day collab. And I was like, wow, we do have a lot of greens. I think Miss Ellie's getting her bath. I hear the hot water tank running. She's gonna smell like a blueberry. She has to be clean for Grandma. My mother is so excited to see her. But I think she's more excited about getting to hold the new puppy on the way home. Okay, let's get another canvas ready. A sunny summer update. Let's tack both of these, that way we'll have them done. Normally I would tape these off, but this is a lesson. I'm not too particular about them. These are canvases I hang in the studio. For reference, someday we may need to pull them down and say, remember when we did this? Silicone is not too much work to clean, Susan. Come on now. A little bit of Dawn dish soap. That's all it takes. I don't know why everybody freaks out about silicone. Well, I shouldn't say freak out, but I get so many people say, I would never use it. I'm like, why? Some paintings just scream for silicone. Some of the techniques. You know, like the bottle or the Boilermaker, the reverse swipe. It's hard to get those beautiful cells without silicone. Oh, well, you know, I can teach you that at the retreat, Susan. Just kidding. Alright, so we're going to go without. Let's stick with the blue theme, huh? I want to use up this denim blue. That bluebird might be too close to the denim. Alright. I can use a Carolina with denim. I'll do pearls with you, Susan. I'm bringing the stuff. We'll play. All right, let's see. We can use some more Sleeping Beauty. No, we can't. It's empty. My goodness, who didn't take care of that bottle? Alan. We could do, where is it? We'll use some of the Snowy White. I'm changing that to Snowy White because I always say Snowy White. Oh, here's some Beach Retreat. So now I almost want to change that blue. Let's do, instead of the Carolina blue, let's throw the knockoff in there. Let's really mess with it. Alright, none of these have silicone. So I'm going to see how I can layer this. Ah, come on, blur. I'm going to see how I can layer this to get some kind of pearl effect, cell effect. There, now I don't have to be crooked. Somebody's barking. Is he not happy? Alright. Denim Blue Metallic. Let's go with Knockoff next. This does pull a little violet, and that's fine. Alright, let's do some snowy white. Snow white. There's no silicone in this. I want to use stuff up before I leave. Hi, Vic. And we'll go with some Beach Retreat 2021. Wait till you see 2022. It's pretty. Alright, how about some champagne shimmer? So now I'm going to go back with the leftover Snow White. Let's see if I can get anything out of it. And then we'll go with the knockoff. Then I'll put a little more champagne. So our next painting, we're not going to be able to use these colors because I'm emptying them out. The denim blue. That one's almost empty too. And a little bit of the Beach Retreat. So this will have some softness, but it will also have a lot of contrast from the denim blue. Okay, let's pinch our cup. Remember, no silicone. So don't expect to see a bunch of cells. But we will get some very pretty color on here. That denim blue, you can see it's the contrast. You can see how it's deep in the paint. It looks like it's below the color. That's what you're trying to create when you're doing a dirty ribbon. I watch a lot of videos and I'm like, oh, they need something darker. But it's not my place to tell another artist what to do. So if they ask, yes, but I don't offer. I try to be supportive as much as possible. All right, let's torch. We may get a couple little cells here and there from the champagne. Or air bubbles create some cells too. Like if I shook and shook and shook and got a ton of air in here so that we got a ton of bubbles when we poured, we'd get some cells. Now, look. I'm getting lots of little cells from that knockoff peeking up through. And of course the Snow White will give us just a tiny translucent lace if we see any. Here's some right here, look. Tiny, tiny bit. Not enough to go, yay. It's not that exciting. Now, if you did these colors as a flip cup and put the Snow White on the bottom, first color in, you're more apt to get that lacing like that. Because it is heavy enough to push through. Got something going on there. Can you hear her barking? So my son, my youngest son, is dog sitting. And he's watching Eddie while we're gone. I told him today, hey, while we're gone, can you pick up all the queeks that don't queek anymore? So she's gonna come home to a very empty living room. I don't know if she'll get mad, but oh well. So we are getting a few, and I'm going to call them air bubble cells, but these here are density cells from the colors. They have different viscosities and densities. That's a pretty little painting. I really love that. But nothing near what we got with the silicone. But it's still pretty. Good night, Shannon. I love the lines. They're really pretty, especially with that knockoff in between. Not sure what this is going to do as it dries, but that's going to be interesting to see. I'm not digging that. Let's take that off. So I'll get my paint all moving there. There she goes. Half. 2/3. There we go. That's better. This here is really bugging me though. It looks like a translucent worm. So what I can do is torch it again. See if I can get something to come through. Because we do have shimmer and metallic in here. We should be able to get something. And let's see if those grow a little bit. Yeah, I didn't want intestines. It looked like a clear little worm sitting there. See, they're not silicone cells, so they're really not going to grow. I don't know how they're going to dry either. I'm hoping they don't get muted on the ends. Like, see how this is kind of faded here? I'm wondering if that's going to stay just like that, which isn't very pretty. The colors here are gorgeous. The combination of colors are gorgeous, but that little bit there in the middle. Anyways, let's see how it dries. We'll look at it when it's dry and we can discuss further what we could have done different once I see what it's going to do as it dries. So let's push that one over there. I got another air bubble. I just popped that one. There we go. Yeah, but I love how that's pulling some purple. So we're already seeing the violet. Alright, so let's mute that down even more. We'll continue to use the, what do you call it? Knockoff. Well, let's put it with a few softer colors. I've had a couple of people ask me for a gray, Nate. If I do it, it's going to be a limited edition. And if it sells well, then we'll put it on permanent. So what I'll do is like one batch. We'll see how it goes. I know Mona was asking for a gray. Okay. Gray is beautiful with yellow. Alright, so let's use the knockoff. I have enough still of the Sleeping Beauty. I have no champagne, no denim blue. Let's bring in, ooh, let's bring in mellow yellow. I feel like we're creating Easter right now. Mellow yellow. And we'll bring in a gold. So because I don't have a lavender in this mix, let's bring in the Morning Pansy for our contrast. This ought to be interesting. Or okay. Let's take the Sleeping Beauty first. And I'm going to put that knockoff next to it because I'm going to go with the Morning Pansy next. This Morning Pansy is beautiful with this knockoff because they're in the same effect family. Let's go with gold. My goodness, everything is like seizing up on me tonight. And next to the gold, I'm going to do the mellow yellow because when I put the Sleeping Beauty turquoise on it, that may give us a soft green. So I'm not doing the reverse order on this one. So we may not have a color pattern like we did with the other ones. We might be all over the place, but we'll see. And I don't want a ton of that Morning Pansy in there because it's just there to pop the colors up to the top. Ooh, that was a lot. Yikes. So on a dirty ribbon pour, you can also swirl your cup to give you a different effect. So let's do that with one of them. I like to do this sometimes with these because it doesn't mix the colors, but it gives them a really cool effect when they come out. So we're going to do Mr. Boring first, okay? And I'm going to leave all that paint up there in the corner. Because I knew that Sleeping Beauty was coming. You got to be careful because sometimes you will get muddy. Alright, let's see. That gave us a little more lineage, more of a ribbon type effect, and I already know this is going to be the first corner I'm dumping off. Okay, let's torch. Bubble, bubble. But see how different that cup was when I swirled it? The lines are much closer together. So let's get rid of that caca corner. Let's come down here. See how pretty that knockoff is next to that violet, that morning pansy? They kind of interact together. I see a boogie. Yuck. That was paint, not Floetrol. Got a spot here. Okay, let's bring this down. Over a little bit. Do you feel like an Easter egg yet? I'm glad that the morning pansy's playing around with that knockoff because it's opening up like it did on the last painting. But it's not the blue this time, it's the purple. The morning pansy. Playing with it, so. Okay. I'm not minding that mellow yellow line through the middle either. I do like the yellow with the turquoise as well. I have an eel. Can you see him? There's his eye. It's squiggling through. Snake. I just say eel. It's not as scary. There you go. Now you can see it. Yeah, so that morning pansy does create the depth and pops up the lighter colors. That yellow is sitting right on top where I wanted it. And this is bringing down, but the knockoff is sitting on top as well. I'm not sure what's going to go on here as it dries. We'll find out when it's dry. I got a little breakdown there, which is kind of cool because that gives us a whole nother color. And we did get a little greenage from the mellow yellow mixing with the turquoise, so we got a little bit of a green, which I said we would. But simple as that, guys. Just watch your color wheel. Take 4 in a row, add a gold, a white, a black, whatever you need. If you want cells like we got on the first ones, use your treadmill silicone oil. And create some beautiful paintings with depth. It's not hard. Just remember, one dark color to give you a 3D depth effect. So thanks so much for joining me tonight. I appreciate every single one of you. I'm going to try so hard to be back by Monday. We'll see how the weather is. We may get stuck there an extra day. But either way, you're going to meet Finn when he gets home. I promise. We may just do one video with Finn. But I love you all. Thank you so much for all the donations tonight. I appreciate every single one of you. If you have any questions, reach out to me at Christina Welch Art at yahoo.com, and I can answer those questions for you. Don't forget to join Doris on Saturday in Moose And then Sunday we have Brian. So, see you guys next week. I love you all. Bye now.